Jeremy leaned over to me and he was like, dude, this is crazy. Forget the interview. Just let's make it happen right now. A PR agency that's not ours reached out and said, we're doing a piece on isolation and loneliness. Would you guys be open to it? And I think our first response was, yeah, heck yeah, we'll step into that. Our heart's to advance awareness around humans dealing with loneliness and isolation, but specifically older adults. I wouldn't want to build anything that I wouldn't go live in myself. That for sure, I would. If you live here, if you look at the architecture, the way the community's set up, there's really not anything different between what you see here and here. It's not like, oh, that's definitely different and that looks like an old folks home.
We had a town hall meeting for all of these residents when we were designing this building. And we had a town hall meeting and we invited all of these people. A lot of these townhomes were already built, and we invited a lot of these people to come speak into what do you want this building to look like.
When we talk about loneliness and isolation, you're dealing with the perspective that he may not have been able to encounter because we've built relationships with a lot of these families. They're as much for advocating for the industry because they have friends that they're hearing. You know, the lady coming tomorrow, she has a bunch of friends that have put her in the position where is it really caring for your mom if you leave her there? Look at what's on the news. And so, you know, her heart was, it's a beautiful story, the way she explains, this is her words, I've had multiple friends say, why didn't you go get your parents out of there? Because her mom and her dad are inside this community. And she's like, why would I do that? It's their home. That's where all their connections are. You know, my dad's dealing with memory issues, and at 2 a.m. if he wants to wake up and have a coffee clash with one of his friends, he can do that still. We trust you guys because we know where the COVID is now. We tested the whole building, and now that we know where it's at, it's safer there than out here.
You have, so my normal pre-interview ritual is about 700 push-ups, 400 or 500 sit-ups.
I usually like to get my head right with a little a facial, some handstand push-ups, and an interpretive dance right before bedtime.
999, 1,000. Good night.
Hey, so good.
Good morning.
So good. Hey, Matt.
Yes, we meet in
Yeah,
person.
Matt, we've seen you.
That's right, y'all. Virtual handshakes. We just want to see you guys meeting with folks, and then if there are breaks in the action,
Sure.
just to hear, really just to do what we did on the teleconference, which is like when this thing hit and people were isolated, you know, tell us what happened.
All right, I'm rolling on both.
They said, so when is the extraction point? Like, when are you gonna go in and scoop out Francis? And I said, one, where would he go? Does he go to a hotel? Is my house safer? I don't get proactively tested. Like, I can't take care of him in the way that he's taken care of now. What's your solution for that?
I'm a part of the community, give me a light.
So tell me about your visit with Francis yesterday. You said he was good and okay. Was he talkative?
Well, I love you. I love you.
Well, that is how it goes with the two of you.
It is. It kind of is.
Yeah.
So we just finished a series of chats with the ABC guys out back, and it's kind of warm, so we're cooling off a bit. And now I think they're going to stand out here and get some commentary from us.
Between shifts, our teams will come through the drive-thru and our medical director is doing on-site testing. We're doing that consistently because we don't know where the virus is when our teams leave the community. So that aggressive testing allows us to establish a baseline and know exactly, again, continue to take the invisible and make it visible.
By the end of that day, we had a plan for building these clear connection panels and as a solution or a partial solution to begin to reconnect people a little bit closer and in a more meaningful way than a video call.
Hey, look at you! And I think you can take your mask off too, so we can actually see your face.
See some expression. There he is.
It was good to hear that the community was getting people in to talk with them and just do a little socialization with them, as well as making sure that their rooms were still in good shape and they were feeling good and they were fed and had all their medications.
Yeah, I think the only good thing for us is that we knew the staff that interacted with him before was still here, and he's always had a really good time with them. I mean, they joke, they help him out an awful lot, but they joke around a lot too. So we knew that at least he had that socialization going on still.
Yeah, had an awesome time today filming with ABC Nightline News. Grateful when they had to find somebody to stand on behalf of the industry about folks that are doing stuff right. For whatever reason, they thought we were doing a great job. And so glad to get the story out, celebrating team members, celebrating the residents, and celebrating these families, working hand in hand. And that's really the heart of it, right? The answer is always closest to the work and business. And if you really believe that, you start inviting people in to solve problems. And the more smart people that are hard aligned around a problem, you're going to come up with great solutions. And that's what we're seeing happening. We'll see how it gets portrayed on TV.
I think that was fantastic. We get the chance to, on behalf of a whole bunch of people like us, we get the chance to tell kind of the other side of the story. That's what ABC was looking for, is, you know, the death pits and the horror stories you see about nursing homes. They wanted to see the other side of it. What does it look like if it's not that? And I mean, we're fortunate to be in a spot to speak on the behalf of a lot of people that are doing it a different way like we are. So I feel good about it. We'll see how the story ends up panning out.